countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, but this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
That last episode was pretty surprising. The bar was on the floor in terms of expectations, and Galaxy actually kind of impressed me. I'm now a little bit excited to try it in the TCG. This deck's a little different. All right, full disclosure, I wish I was dead-handed me this one, and it is a literal pile of garbage. Behold, Garbage Lord Vampires. So if you're unfamiliar, Vampires is a pretty effective archetype around this time. They've got access to Shadow Vampire, which is a free special from deck, Vampire Duke, which is, you know, he's there, Vampire Vamp, which is kind of relinquished on normal summon, a card that was bannably strong in Junior Journey, Endless Decay, which is a great way to get an opponent's life points really low, especially if you have a low life total, and they've even got a payoff in Crimson Knight Vampire Bram. In order to play the vampires effectively, you have to go down to like 1,000 life points. And if you do that, it's very easy for your opponent to kill you. That said, I'm really excited to see if we can stem the bleeding just a little bit and make use of what is unquestionably one of the worst decks we've ever played on History of Jank. The synergy here is that Garbage Lord, a searchable card off of Garbage Ogre, deals 2,000 damage to your life points on special summon. It's a 5-star monster, which means that it's either tribute fodder for something like a Shadow Vampire or a Vampire Duke, or if you've got a Mausoleum of the Emperor out, you can just normal summon one of these bad boys and then overlay with the Garbage Lord that's on field. Once you've done that, you've got Bram, which does a decent job of protecting your life points. You've got cards like Vampire Sorcerer in order to search very slowly, Vampire Vamp in order to go over the top of your opponent's more powerful monsters, and Endless Decay to put a quick end to your opponent's life points. Instant Fusion does fantastic work in this deck, both as a way to artificially keep your life points low and to make the zombie-type Reaper on the Nightmare, which is prime material for Crimson Knight Vampire Bram. Mausoleum of the Emperor really shines in this deck, and that's why we're playing 3 copies of it and 3 copies of Terraforming. It allows you to normal summon monsters that require tributes without actually tributing. Now, this applies to both players, so maybe it was not a smart idea to play this against the deck that Alex is on. That said, Mausoleum remains one of the most unexplored cards in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I think there are a bunch of decks that could have effectively wielded it if they didn't just expect that it was a gimmicky piece of garbage. We've got 3 copies of Soul Charge, 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, which increases our opponent's life points, and because our life points are going to be so low, 3 copies of Hope for Escape. Even if this is just Pot of Greed, that's fantastic at a time when people would pay through the nose for a reckless greed. In the side, we've got 3 copies of Maxi, 3 copies of Forbidden Lands, 3 copies of Light Imprisoning Mirror, and okay, I know that it looks like I'm pre-siding, but I promise that this card would be good even if Alex wasn't on what we know he is. And finally, 3 copies of Vampire Kingdom. In the extra, we've got 1 copy of Darkfire, 2 Reaper on the Nightmare, 3 Crimson Knight Vampire Bram, 1 apiece of Exciton Knight Honor Arc, and then a couple of 5s. We've got Ardreas, Shark Fortress, and Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger to put over any of them. Now, there's a couple of things that stop this deck in its tracks. A monster with over 2,600 attack. Floodgates. Just sort of drawing the wrong half of the Mausoleum plus any monster combo. Too many Garbage Lords. But we're just going to pretend that none of those weaknesses exist and do our best to give you a fair showing of what I expect is the worst deck to ever show up here.
Oh boy, what did I do to deserve this? Last episode rocked. This episode, I'm not so sure about. So, Steel Swarm is an archetype that has never been good. It's something that I think a lot of people wished was good, but when you look at some of these cards, yeah, you start to question where their head was at. I get the idea. I mean, as someone who loves playing Monarchs, I'm not going to complain about a tribute summon-based archetype, right? But, I mean, when you look at just, like, what some of the cards actually do, the payoffs are, like, sort of there, but they only activate on tribute summons, similar to Monarchs as well. It's a bit questionable. It's like they were trying to make, like, the next evolution of Monarch, but by putting a ton of restrictions on a deck that really didn't need them. So, let's go ahead and go over it. So, we've just got Triple Maxi in here because, like, it's one of the only good cards in this deck, let's be honest. And let's talk about our main ways of getting Steel Swarms onto the field. So, we have Steel Swarm Cell and Steel Swarm Scout. So Cell is nice because if you don't control any monsters, you can just special summon this from your hand. Now, that's great, but the problem is we're playing some Steel Swarms that actually need more than one tribute, and so you can't get like another one onto the field. It's not like if you only control Steel Swarms, you can special summon this. It's kind of rough. It's nice for the one tributes, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll be relevant. Then we have Steel Swarm Scout. This is the world's worst Treeborn Frog. So at the start of your main phase 1, if you control no spell and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You cannot special summon another monster the turn you activate this effect, and while this card's face up on the field, it cannot be used for a tribute except for a Steel Swarm, and it can't be used as synchro material. I think the Steel Swarm Cell has the same restriction, but the problem with this is that most of the cards in your deck that you need to like kind of live are spells and traps, and it's not like you're playing another deck like, you know, say Frog Monarch where you're able to play like other stuff. I don't know, like this card is like just so weird. You also can't like these two cards conflict with each other. Like if you have Scout, you can't summon Cell, and if you Cell, I mean, there's no way to get Scout out unless you like 1-for-1 it. So it's just strange. I don't really know like what they were going for with this, but I don't know. I'm not expecting to win this anyway. This is what you're here for, though. You are here for the big Steel Swarm motherfucker. So first up, we have Steel Swarm Girastag. Now, this is a 2 tribute. That's a 2600 attack monster. You can tribute it in face-up attack position by tributing 1 Steel Swarm monster. So you can summon it for 1, but you know, per game mechanics, it's supposed to be 2. And when it's tribute summoned by using a Steel Swarm, you can target a card your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard, and gain 1,000 life points. Now, that's not bad because it sends something to the graveyard and then gives you life points. It's also any card, but again, you have to be playing Steel Swarms for this card to be any good. We next have Steel Swarm Longhorn. This is a level 9, so it needs 2 tributes. Once per turn, this card was tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm monster. You can pay 1,000 life points to target 1 monster on the field, destroy that target. So this is one of the few that actually has a effect that we can activate every single turn. Most of them just activate on tribute summon, which is very annoying, but I mean, this one at least you can do something, right? It's unfortunate it's only monsters, but it is what it is. Then we have Steel Swarm Moth. This one's kind of sick. It has Monarch stats, and once when it's tributed, you can pay 1,000 life points, target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, bounce them to the hand. Like, that's basically like a Brionac on a tribute monster, so that's pretty good. And then we have 2 copies of Cockastag. Now, this one does require 2 tributes, but if it's tribute summoned by tributing 2 Steel Swarm monsters, you can either destroy all monsters on the field except this card, or all spell and trap cards on the field. So it's a Dark Hole or a Heavy Storm on activation. You know, that's pretty good. I also said there's only 2 of this, there's 3 of this, because we have to play as many bad cards as possible. So that's it for the monsters. There's really not much else to play, in all honesty. We have a Dark Hole. Foolish is nice because we can dump Scout. I guess we could dump the big guys if we have Soul Charge. That's like kind of the appeal of this deck, is that the star lines are really high, so we could go for a big Soul Charge line. Triple Infestation Pandemic. A lot of people may remember this from Evil Swarm, but these are also Ul Swarm monsters, so Infestation Pandemic actually protects them as well. And honestly, since the gimmick of our deck is summoning big dudes, we need all the protection we can get. This is just like better Forbidden Lands because it affects everything. Triple Soul Charge is in here because it's one of the most broken cards ever printed. 1-for-1 can get to one of these, probably Scout because this can actually bring itself back, and Allure of Darkness because why not? We're playing Darks. The traps, we have Compulse, Warning, Torrential. Triple Sinister Yorishiro. Now, this is a really weird card. Each turn, 1 level 5 or higher Fiend monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing, which is kind of cool. And then if exactly 1 normal summoned or set level 5 or higher Fiend monster and no other cards would be destroyed, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So it's like a weird little like tribute substitution plus replacement effect type card. I don't know, maybe this will come up. And then the best card in our deck, Triple Skill Drain, because we're just playing gigantic idiots. The extra deck, we have Slacker Magician and Ghost Trick Dullahan if there's ever a situation where we want to use our things for Xyz plays, because while they stop us from using them as synchro material, we can still use them for Xyz, so that's very funny. We have Big Eye, we have Gaia Dragon, we have Draco Sack. Number 9, Dyson Sphere. I guess 2 Longhorns can make this. I don't know if we're summoning this, but you know, it is what it is. Zombie Stein, we have Giant Grinder, Felgrand, I'll say Hieratic Sun, Heliopolis. We have number 1 of 7 Galaxy Eyes, Tachyon Dragon, a Gauntlet Launcher, M7, as well as Photon Strike Bouncer. I will admit, Soul Charge in this deck seems super juicy just because we have so many high-level targets. The problem is we have to actually get them into the graveyard first. The side deck, we have Triple DD Crow, Triple Veiler, a Mind Control, Double Knock, Double Black Horn of Heaven, Double Debunk, and Double Wiretap. Pretty standard for the time. So this is going to be a very uphill battle. I feel like if we win this, it will be nothing short of a miracle, because boy, does this deck suck. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. All right, Joseph. You and I are electrified after the last episode of History of Jank. This episode is going to be a train wreck.
You know, it's we were talking before the recording, and it's like sometimes you film a History of Jank episode and you go, God, this is such a good series. And then you have this.
Well, to be fair, we haven't played this out yet, and typically when we think an episode is bad, it ends up being good.
Dude,
but
the Mausoleum deck is not gonna make it. I'm sorry. I have faith in Noble Knight.
We'll see. We'll see. I have faith in our Lord and Savior, the Steel Swarm. So let's go ahead and shout the patron, Sirius Black. Thank you for
I'm so
the
sorry
support.
about this one, Sirius.
Buddy, you got the hand up for me?
I don't know. Let me think for a sec. Yes.
Okay, I rolled a 6, so I'm gonna go with even.
Well, 0 is an even integer. That's the percent chance that we have a good one this time. Oh my goodness.
We're just in a silly mood now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm playing fucking Steel Swarm. What the fuck am I doing with my life? All right.
Oh my God.
You are fucked.
Wait, my hand's pretty good.
It is over. It is over for you.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Mine's pretty good.
I don't even know if do I just go the distance? Maybe I do.
Why not?
Maybe I do. Why not? All right. Since I control no monsters, I will special summon Steel Swarm Cell. This card is so
you
bad.
know what? I was wondering. I was
him.
like, this guy seems pretty good. Why did no one play him?
Yeah.
He's got last line of text.
Yeah, if you look at like this card in a vacuum, you're like, okay, like let's say this is the first Steel Swarm card you ever read. You're like, all right, that's not bad. We're gonna sack him for Steel Swarm Girastag.
Aha! Yup.
And that's all the deck does. I'm gonna set 3 back row.
I mean, that's something too.
Go ahead.
Notably, Girastag was really, really good in like 2017 Duel Links. Oh, he was a house. This hand got a lot worse with that draw. Okay, we're gonna terraforming here.
I have no response to
I grab Mausoleum
right.
of the Emperor.
This is the worst idea. 2 tribute summon decks. Why did we do this?
Upstart.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Give me my 1,000.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, all right. I will activate Mausoleum of the Emperor.
I have no qualms with you activating that. That is perfectly fine.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, this is this card's a little good.
I'm also playing tribute summon, so be my
I'll
guest.
pay 1,000 life points.
Sure.
I'm going to normal summon Shadow Vampire.
Okay.
I will activate the effect of Shadow Vampire.
Okay, so Shadow Vampire's effect on normal summon, you can special summon a dark vampire monster from your hand or deck. I don't like that, so we're gonna ruin this episode by activating this.
Boo! You! Oh my God! You whore! I literally can't beat this. Oh,
now you know how I felt when you played the fucking Archfiend deck against North Wemco.
Oh man, you got your combo off.
And I still lost the game.
That is true. You did, yeah. Well, shit. I guess that you can go.
Excellent. All right. It's all going to Pled. I'll draw.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this deck sucks, and I don't have another tribute summon.
I'll
so
take
I
6 here.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. You can target a card your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard, and... Oh, it's only on tributes. This card fucking
And we're under
sucks.
skill drain.
Yeah, that too. That too. All right. 600 you take. I've got another back row to make this even more exciting. Go ahead.
A feather duster or something?
That's not legal.
All right, we're gonna normal summon Vampire Duke.
Sure.
You said that like you weren't sure. All right, what's this guy got? 26? Instant fusion.
Yeah, keep paying. Keep paying, buddy. Let's go.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The paying is actually good. Like it's part of this deck. You want to be at a really low life total.
Means the episode ends that much quicker.
I don't fucking know.
I just realized I forgot to pay for skill drain, so I should probably do that.
Oh, thank God. We'll overlay for Crimson Knight Vampire Bram.
Does this even do anything if skill drain?
So yeah, during the next standby phase of the turn after this card was controlled and destroyed by your card, I get it back. It's an infinite blocker.
Sure. Be my guest.
Okay, it's actually just a ladder for Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger.
That's fine.
Crash, my minion!
Boy, I'm gonna make you look fucking stupid when I do
No! Okay, that's fine. Back to you.
Okay, can I draw? Nope, I cannot draw a way to win the game.
Got it.
I will prolong the agony that much further. Go ahead.
Stand by me. Oh, thank God. This is going to make the difference.
Okay.
All right.
Deck fitting.
Yeah,
deck
yeah,
fitting.
All right. Wah. Yeah, weren't expecting that, were you?
Yeah.
Soul Charge.
Oh, shit, that's a real card. You only have 1,800 life points.
Boom!
This card sucks. Sure.
Go ahead.
Draw. Come on, I'm playing like 20 monsters in this deck.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's back. He returns. All right, now what? Shit. He's not big enough to clear your stupid guy. If I overlay for Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, I lose to everything.
Try overlaying and see what.
I'm gonna try it.
You're
we'll
good.
put him in the EMZ.
All right, this is gonna make you hate this even more. I will activate Sinister Yorishiro. So if exactly one normal summoned or set level 5 or higher fiend would be destroyed, I can send this to the graveyard.
I'm gonna send you to the graveyard in game 2. That's don't do that shit to me. You know, can you just let me go off? Can you please let me combo off? All right.
All right, you're going first. Combo off.
All right, I'm gonna. Upstart Goblin.
Sure.
Oh my God! Wait, hold up.
He's like, I can really combo off now. You forgot to draw for turn as well, sir.
Yeah, it gets even better. Oh, Jesus Christ. I send Garbage Ogre to the graveyard. I'm going to add Garbage Lord to my hand.
He's going for it.
I'm not. I'm going to normal summon... I'm sorry I'm playing this card. I'm going to normal summon Vampire Hunter.
Oh my God. What the fuck? How do I beat this?
He's a vampire! What's the problem?
He is a vampire. Oh my God. All right. Main what? Wow. I realize these cards suck even more than I didn't even realize. Foolish Burial. I'm going to dump a little card known as Steel Swarm Scout to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Now, Steel Swarm Scout is Treeborn Frog, except it sucks because I have to do it at the start of my main phase 1. This card is terrible. That's all I have to say. I am going to set 1, set 2, and that's it.
Standby main. Let's go Garbage Lord.
There he is.
Hope for escape.
Go ahead and draw 2 cards.
Woo! It's pot of greed, baby. Oh my God. We are gonna go to combat. Attack here.
Behold, my second Steel Swarm Scout.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I needed that to be something else. We're gonna go to main 2.
Sure.
You know, we'll just summon this guy in defense. I'm gonna normal summon Vampire Sorcerer.
I always thought this guy's artwork was sick.
We will set 1 and back to you.
I will draw. Standby phase, main phase. So at the start of my main phase 1, I can't control spells or traps to activate the effect of Steel Swarm Scout. You may notice a problem with that. I control a spell or trap.
I see an issue.
How do we remedy this? I'm going to activate Soul Charge.
Oh God. Okay, yeah.
I will bring back both of my scouts.
Yeah!
Who needs to use their effects when you have this card? All right. And you fool, I will sacrifice both of my scouts for Steel Swarm Cockastag!
Oh no. What do you want to do here?
I would like to destroy all monsters on the field except him, if you'll allow it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, unfortunately, I did Soul Charge, so I can't do anything else, so that's my turn.
So I'll go Sork here. Oh, wow. I guess Shadow Vampire?
Sure.
Ooh. All right, I'll draw for turn. I will banish Sork, so I can just cheat out a guy this turn.
Sure. Banish can be normal summon without... Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna normal Vampire Vamp.
Okay.
This card's insane. When it's normal summoned, I can target a monster you control with an attack higher than mine and relinquished it.
What the fuck? That'd be crazy if I didn't have skill drain.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Oh, man. What a cool deck. Oh! Okay, that's fine. What the fuck? I don't think I can beat that card. That guy is a little too big.
He's kind of big.
Well, I have a lot of cards that beat it, but they all have effects. She's a 7. Do we have like a rank 7? Oh, Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger is the rank 7.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Cool. You know, I'll just fucking I'll just draw Dark Hole.
If it makes you feel better, if you out this Cockastag, I'm basically dead, so I'll attack.
I'm trying. I'll take 8 here.
Right, and, I'll just set and pass. Go ahead.
Stand by me. Upstart.
I'll take 1,000.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Monster? Oh, that is a monster. But unfortunately, it is not the monster we need. Why does Steel Swarm Scout suck? That's frustrating. We'll attack.
That's another hunter.
I will set a card.
Okay, how much longer can I get away with this? Let's think. We'll go Mausoleum.
Okay.
I will normal Shadow Vampire. Soul Charge.
Here we go, baby. Let's go.
It's not exciting.
Wall up.
Not exciting. We'll go
Bram.
the guy who reborns himself.
Yep.
Grab Mausoleum.
Set the Mausoleum so I can't use it. Yeah.
We'll go 1 and then back to you.
The saddest part is that if I had a scout that could summon itself somehow, that is big enough to kill your Bram. But
that
unfortunately,
is true.
We are not there yet. So
yeah, for sure.
All right, second main. I have another set. Go ahead.
Come on back, buddy. Well, what is the next play? I have now mastered that play. What happens next? Wow, he is just so big, and there is just such a skill drain on the field here. Okay, well, okay, we got time.
I actually don't think you have any time whatsoever because I will sacrifice my 2 Steel Swarm cells for Steel Swarm Longhorn.
Oh my God. Oh jeez.
It's gigantic.
Yeah, you have got it. That's
no way.
That's the end of the game. I drew
skill drain.
all 3 soul charge.
Well, if you had life point, if you imagine,
No,
Joseph, you could have drawn 6 off of that hope for escape.
I know it was sequenced wrong. You want to do the game 3?
We'll do the game 3. I will side out skill drain, and we'll see how this goes. How about that?
Sure.
I imagine you want to go first. I accidentally clicked first, so I will just swing the turn around to you.
Why would you imagine that? I don't understand.
Do you want it? I'll go first if you want me to.
I think it's okay. I would like to go first. If you will allow it.
That's perfectly fine.
Oh, this is the first good hand I've opened. We'll go Upstart Goblin.
I'll be honest, my hand actually looks pretty good too, so we might have a game this time.
Mausoleum.
Sure.
Pay 1,000 for Shadow Vamp. Shadow Vamp.
What do you do? Try to go for your dude? I'll Veiler this.
Okay, well, now the hand looks a lot less good. I will set 1 card, and back to you.
You're so lame. You don't want me to Mausoleum in my tribute summon?
No, I do not.
Why would you not want me to do that? You're no fun. All right, main phase 1. Doesn't matter. I don't need it anyway. We're going to special summon Steel Swarm Cell because I have no monsters on the field. I'm going to activate 1 for 1, pitching another copy of Steel Swarm Cell.
The problem is this deck is too good.
It's too good. I'm going to get my Steel Swarm Scout. And, buddy, we're just going for it. Cockastag coming out.
What do you want?
I actually think, what is this? Does this thing do anything? No. It's just you get the special summon, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pop the Mausoleum, actually.
No, it could be anything. You don't know if that's a Mausoleum.
Yeah, we'll just hit it.
I'll take 8 here.
Second main, I will set 1. Go ahead.
Okay. Stand by me. Oh, that's a good
I'm all in.
We will normal Vampire Hunter.
Oh, now I lose the game. Excellent.
Wow.
All right. He's dead.
Back to you. That's the whole fucking turn.
Main phase 1. I don't know why I prevented my Steel Swarm Scout from special summoning itself because I could have. How do I out Vampire Hunter? Man's complaining about skill drain when he has Vampire Hunter.
You out it with skill drain.
Yeah, clearly. That's kind of funny, actually. Is there anything better I can do? There has to be something better I can do. Yeah, fuck it. I'm down. Foolish.
Yes.
I'm going to dump another copy of Cockastag.
Yeah, sure.
If I'm playing a second copy of
Okay.
Yes, I am. Okay, good. That you could probably smell this coming from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go 1, 2.
Oh, I get it.
I kind of want 1s.
Just take 5. Fuck it. You're turning off my hope for escape.
I could. Yeah, actually. That's sort of actually. Let's go. I'll go 4. I'll get the cells. Oh, this deck isn't playing synchros. That would be insane. All right, I'll take 4,000.
Well, don't worry. Cell can't be used as synchro material.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a terrible card. No, because of Veiler. I could use the Veiler and the big dude, is what I was thinking, yeah. We're going to overlay. Which of these 8s do I want to go into? Funny enough, I also have rank 9s in this deck, and unfortunately, we can't make any of those. That would make for a great Jank episode, wouldn't it? I'll just make Felgrand. I think Felgrand's like the safe play. I'm going to overlay the cells for Slacker Magician.
Oh, cool.
That's all.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main. Damn it, this deck is so bad.
Felgrand target itself.
Yep.
And Slacker Magician protects itself.
Wait, why?
Oh, it only targets, not just... Never mind, it's dead.
I was going to say, sheesh. We'll go... You know what, actually? I got time. Go ahead.
Main phase 1.
Yes.
Can I finally resurrect this? Start of my main phase 1, I control no spell or traps. I can special it from my grave. I can't special summon another monster the turn I activate this. And while it's face up, it can't be tributed except for a Steel Swarm.
This is the worst
Okay,
card
perfect.
ever
Yes.
printed.
I will resurrect the worst Treeborn Frog ever. It's actually kind of cool because I can sack it for the Steel Swarm Moth that I just drew.
Whoa. That's disastrous. Yep.
So I'll pay 1,000. I'll bounce
Yep.
your thing back. And this is almost the end of the game.
I cannot believe what an insane draw that was. That was unthinkable.
Go ahead.
I thought I had time. You know what my hand is? It's a bunch of cards that... Oh, no. Yeah, it's Instant Fusion Soul Charge.
Soul Charge! Oh my god! This is the best deck ever conceived!
So the plan was it was Vamp Sork. I was like, oh,
Okay.
I can use the Vamp Sork to get to Vamp. That doesn't even do anything. You have fucking Felgrand. This is the worst deck I've ever played. This is an atrocity. Oh, my God.
Oh my god. Was I going to draw another one after? Oh no, it was Maxi. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. That Maxi was not getting any value.
No, apparently not. I was going to win the game too quickly. Okay, so your deck. Let's talk about your deck. I like the concept that you're playing this non-Exodia deck that plays Hope for Escape, that plays a bunch of cards that already pay, you pay a ton of life points for effects, so that way you can just draw a bunch of cards. I think the problem is the cards you're drawing just kind of suck. So, like,
Yeah.
the synergy's there, but the payoff isn't.
It's like this cool, like, Vampire... It really does have kind of a cool concept where, like, it's a bunch of cards that need you to be at a low life total, and you can get there really easily. I really like the Garbage Lord stuff in here, Garbage Ogre and Garbage Lord.
It makes sense.
It puts you way lower. They're 5s for Vampire Knight Bran. Mausoleum is an exceptionally fun card. Enables Vampire Vamp, which is legitimately quite good.
Yeah.
Just a couple of problems with this. The payoffs in the extra deck to rank 5s for Vampires is Bram specifically, which has an ignition effect that's very powerful. It reborns an opponent's monster, but it's got all these, like, restrictions and stipulations on it. And unfortunately, it also sucks ass against any sort of targeted removal because, of course, it's not like an on-summon. Similarly, Vampire Vamp is an incredibly powerful card that is just hamstrung by the fact that everyone is going to be playing outs to this card, even if they don't have their sights set on it. So while what it does is really consistent and really repeatable, it's also not powerful enough to compete with any of the big boys, let alone the tier 0 super threat that is Steel Swarm.
Let's also be honest, it didn't help you were playing a Mausoleum deck against this deck, which, like, thrives off the fact that you have a reciprocal field spell that lets me cheat out my whole... The problem is, none of the big dudes get their effects if they're summoned.
I was going to say, I don't think you even used it ever. It was not...
I didn't. Well, you also didn't... There was only, like, one opportunity it was actually up. The other 2 times, you actually set another one over it. And even if I don't get the effects, I can just summon big dudes, and that's still, like, just good enough, in all honesty. I'm not going to lie, like, this was just, like, this small sample size going up against the tier 0 vampire meta deck, but I thought this deck was going to be a lot worse than it was. And don't get me wrong, it was bad, but it was actually kind of sick. The biggest issue is that you have to specifically sacrifice Steel Swarm, so they're very xenophobic to, like, anything else that isn't a Steel Swarm. And the other issue is like, it's, like, hard to get the tribute fodder on the field for the larger Steel Swarm things, because you can only summon 1 cell out on the field. It's not like if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are Steel Swarm, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once you summon 1 cell, that's all you really get. So if you don't have another way to get to another card, all the 2 tribute guys are effectively impossible to summon. The 1 tributes are fine. I mean, they do, like, a good enough job. Moth is insane. It's basically like a fucking Brio on a 2400. Cockastag is insane if you can get a 2 tribute dude out, because it's just a Dark Hole or a Heavy Storm on activation. And then the other ones, Longhorn, I didn't even get to, like, use his effect because it was when skill drain was up, but you can just literally pay 1,000 to just pop something, which is pretty good. And then Jirastag, which I think I summoned in the first game, you can just send a target to the graveyard and gain 1,000 life points, which is like fine. We didn't even get to see like Infestation Pandemic, which typically you know from Evil Swarm. It also is played in this deck because it still fulfills the same condition. So there is a way to like protect your gigantic assholes once they hit the field. I had to set a couple times, but I just never needed to activate it. Sinister Yorishiro is like one of the weirdest cards ever. Yeah, it's so bad, but it actually is just kind of funny because it just like keeps your guys on the field. So back that up with some skill drains and some soul charges, and like you've just got like a big idiot beatdown sort of deck. I do find it kind of funny that this deck plays fucking Dyson Sphere because Longhorn is a level 9, so like theoretically you could make rank 9s in this deck. The rank 8 pool is actually quite vast for here because you have the Caucastags. Yeah, oh, and then the worst ever Treeborn Frog ever printed in Scout. But like I get, actually no, I don't get why this has so many restrictions. It's not like Steel Swarm is that good.
This deck I remember being decently hyped, and it's not hard to see why. It's like a fixed Frog Monarch, right? It's like Frog Monarch if all of your Monarchs did like crazy shit. But the amount of restrictions on Scout and on Cell really did prevent this deck from being anything notable with regard to kind of its analog in Frog Monarch. It's so funny that it's like on triple soul charge, but like if you have used Scout's effect, the soul charge is off.
Yep.
It's gross. But still, I mean, big guys hit hard. Skill drain.
Yeah, skill drain. Like, it's a skill drain deck at the end of the day. So, I mean, if you're playing against opponents that can't out skill drain, like, you're just going to get free wins playing this. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Dolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark, Par 2, The Sinker Guide, Dan Manhoben, Phoenix the Immortal, Dixon Yamada, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Little Fadeleaf, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Indian Taisho, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Dalton, Luabon, Yodabon. I've tried reading cards before, it was horrible, and my guinea pigs had to get me therapy. Helios515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, Sakura-san, Shrugzix, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, and True Dragon Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.